Welcome back to the channel, at Carog765 Classic Car Lovers. Today, we're diving into one of the most legendary muscle cars of the golden era, the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Known for its wild styling, raw power, and unforgettable presence, the GTO Judge wasn't just a car, it was a statement. So, sit back, because for the next few minutes we're going to explore its history, design, performance, and why it still captures hearts over 50 years later. Let's rewind to the late 1960s. The muscle car wars were in full swing. Pontiac had already made waves with the original 1964 GTO, often called the very first true muscle car. But by 1969, competition was fierce. Plymouth had the Road Runner, Dodge had the Charger, and Chevy had the Chevelle SS. Pontiac needed something bold to stand out. That's where the Judge package came in. Inspired by a catchphrase from the comedy show Rowan and Martin's Laugh In, "Here Comes the Judge," Pontiac launched the GTO Judge in 1969 as a cheaper, wilder version of the GTO. But by 1970, the Judge had evolved into a true performance beast with unmistakable looks. Exterior design. Now let's talk style. The 1970 GTO Judge came with one of the most iconic looks of the muscle car era. It featured the new Endura front bumper, color-matched to the body, giving it a sleek and aggressive nose. Dual hood scoops, bold stripes, and the famous Judge decals screamed attitude from every angle. And of course, the rear wing spoiler wasn't just for show, it gave the car extra road presence. The Judge wasn't subtle. It was meant to be loud, flashy, and impossible to ignore. Popular colors like Orbit Orange made sure of that. Interior features. Step inside, and you'd find a driver-focused interior typical of late 60s and early 70s muscle cars. The cockpit was clean but sporty, with bucket seats, a wood grain dashboard, and plenty of chrome trim. Options like a Hurst shifter or rally gauges added to the performance vibe. It wasn't luxurious by modern standards, but it was everything a gearhead needed: comfort, visibility, and a strong connection between driver and machine. Performance. Now here's where the Judge truly earns its name. Under the hood, the 1970 GTO Judge came standard with Pontiac's mighty Ram Air 3 400 cubic inch V8, pushing out 366 horsepower. But if you wanted even more, you could upgrade to the Ram Air IV, which delivered 370 horsepower and loved to rev. And then, there was the ultimate option, the 455 HO V8, a monster engine that brought insane torque for drag racing dominance. With the right setup, the Judge could rip through the quarter mile in the low 14s, sometimes even faster. Mated with a 4-speed manual and a Hurst shifter, the Judge wasn't just fast in a straight line. It handled surprisingly well, thanks to its wide stance and Pontiac's tuned suspension. For a big muscle car, it had balance. Cultural impact. The 1970 Judge wasn't just a car, it was pop culture. Pontiac marketed it directly to young drivers who wanted to stand out. Ads called it, "The Judge can be bought," making it sound like a rebellious, affordable way to own serious muscle. Its outrageous styling and name helped it stand apart from the crowd. Even today, when you see that Judge decal and Orbit Orange paint, you instantly know this isn't just any GTO, it's the Judge. Legacy and collectability. Today, the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge is a true collector's dream. Surviving examples, especially Ram Air IV or 455 HO models, fetch six figures at auctions. It represents the peak of Pontiac's muscle car era, before rising insurance rates and stricter emissions rules started slowing things down. The Judge was bold, brash, and unforgettable, just like the era it came from. So that's the story of the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge, a muscle car legend that still demands respect. What's your favorite detail about this car? The wing, the stripes, or the engine options? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more classic car stories right here. Until next time, keep the wheels turning.